Formulaic, is that a word? Formulaic, whatever. Hey, and welcome back to the channel. So I'm about to jump into the second episode of Firefly. The first episode obviously set up everything. It introduced us to all the characters. So we've got the Doctor and his sister River are now going to be part of the crew, I believe. And it gave us a bit of an insight into kind of how the characters interact with each other, like their personality types, that type of thing. It's obviously very early days, so I'm not quite sure how the structure of this show is going to go. Like whether it has kind of like individual stories in each episode, but with the overarching kind of thing going through it, or if it's literally just not like that at all and it's just a continuation of the story type of thing. So I guess we'll probably find out in this episode. So yeah, quite keen to jump in and continue with my Firefly journey. So this is my reaction to Firefly Episode 2.
After the Earth was used up, we found a new solar system and hundreds of new Earths were terraformed and colonized. The central planets formed the Alliance and decided all the planets had to join under their rule. There was some disagreement on that point.
Interesting. Okay, that gives a lot more context to what was going on in the last episode then.
That's a bold move.
I live on the edge.
Toast! Quiet! This is an auspicious day. We all know what day it is. A glorious day for all the proud members of the Allied planets. The end of the scumbag independence and the dawn of a new galaxy.
So is he an Alliance person then?
Ching, sorry, la, you baiting, cafe.
Hey, you gonna drink your alliance with me?
Ah, okay, yes he is.
You didn't toast. I'm thinking you want him independence.
And I'm thinking you weren't burdened with an overabundance of schooling.
Independents were a bunch of cowardly, inbred piss pots.
Say that to my face.
I said you're a coward and a piss pot. Now what are you gonna do about it?
Nothing. I just want you to face me so she could get behind you.
That was very good, I like that.
Oh.
Okay, that wasn't very good at all. Why do they keep speaking Chinese?
Let's do this.
Oh dear. Okay. Oh, that's cool.
Wash, we got some local color happening. Grand entrance would not go amiss.
The entire bar. Oh dear.
That's just an acre, you fellas, isn't there? This is why we lost, you know. Superior numbers.
Thanks for the reenactment, sir.
I'm thinking we'll rise again.
Thing's gonna come up behind, isn't it? Yes. That was a very good start.
Are you getting my wife into trouble? What? I didn't start it.
Funny, sir, how you always seem to find yourself in an Alliance-friendly bar come you day, looking for a quiet drink.
Did we at least make a contact? Ladies and menfolk, we have ourselves a job. Big son of the world, Wash. Got us some crying to be done.
I must remember his name is Wash and not Wave as well. Yeah, I meant to mention the Chinese thing in the last recap, but completely forgot about it. Yeah, I don't know if that's like maybe so that the Alliance don't understand them if they talk over comms or something, or if there's another reason for that. Oh yeah, I forgot the preacher guy stayed as well.
River, it's okay. You know who I am.
Simon.
Were you dreaming? If you can talk about what happened there. Now, I know it's hard, but the more I know, the faster you'll get better. No, we can't go home. If we go home, they'll just send you back to the academy. This is safer now. We're on a ship.
Mid-bulk transport. Standard radion accelerator core, class code 03-K64. Firefly.
Well, that's something. I can't even remember all that. None of us want the Alliance on us, Doctor. That's why you're here.
I thought I was here because you needed a medic.
Mal. Bad. In the Latin.
Go from being a doctor on the central planets to hiding on the fringes of the system? There's not many would do that.
Suppose not.
There's not many would take him in either. Why did you?
Same reason I took you on board, Shepard.
Neither of us can pay a tenth of what your crew makes on one of your jobs.
Are you referring to our perfectly legitimate business enterprises?
I'm wondering why. A man so anxious to fly under Alliance radar would house known fugitives.
That is a point.
You're not overly fond of the boys, so why risk it?
Well, because it's the right thing to do. This guy has a very unlovely rep. He's got work for me? Fine. I'm not sure he'd be safe.
Mal, if you're being a gentleman, I may die of shock.
So who is this guy then?
Have you got time to do my hair?
Out.
Guess we're about to find out. Oh, hello.
Malcolm Reynolds is which?
I'm Captain Reynolds. My first mate Zoe is Jane.
Very nice. I am Andelain. You have reputation. You know what is reputation? Is people talking. I also have reputation. Not so pleasant, I think you know. Crow.
What's he gonna do? Okay.
Now for you, my reputation is not from gossip. I show you what I do with him, and now my reputation for you is fact. You do the train job for me, then you are solid.
Right.
Anything goes wrong, then things between us not so solid.
So he risks it all. And has the threat of if it screws up in some way, then he gets killed as well at the end. That's lovely. Better be a shit ton of money.
How long till we hit Paradisa?
Another 20 minutes. We should be in the foothills in 5.
Let's get to work.
Oh, hello.
Hi.
Impossible job?
So, how do you think it's going?
The caper? Mal knows what he's doing.
I'm surprised a respectable companion would sail with this crew.
It's not always this sort of work. They take the jobs they can get, even legitimate ones. The further you get away from the central planets, the harder things are, so this is part of it.
I wish I could help. Not help. Not with the thieving, but I do feel awfully useless.
You could always pray they make it back safely.
I don't think the captain would much like me praying for him.
Well, tell him. I never do.
I mean, not a surprise, because of the chemistry between the two of them, but...
Sir, is there some information we might maybe be lacking as to why there's an entire Fed squad sitting on this train?
It does concern us.
It kind of concerns me.
I mean, they're not protecting the goods. If they were, they wouldn't be letting people past them.
Oh, okay.
We stick to the plan. We get the goods. We're back on Serenity before the train even reaches Paradiso. Only now we do it under the noses of 20 trained Alliance Feds. And that makes them look all manner of stupid. Hell, this job I would pull for free.
And can I have your share?
No.
If you die, can I have your share?
Yes.
So, what are we doing?
Oh, crime.
Crime. Good.
See, we fly over the train car, the captain and Zoe sneak in, we lower Jane onto the car, and they bundle up the booty, and we haul them all back up.
We've done this before.
Hell no. But I think it's gonna work.
You know, is there anything I can... something I should be doing?
Staying the hell out of everyone's way.
It's no call to be snappy, Jane.
And just because Mal says you're medic, don't make you part of the crew. You just play it figuring what's wrong with that moon-brain sister of yours till we call for you. Dong Ma?
Right.
Time for some thrilling heroics.
God, that guy's a dick, isn't he? not notice? Is River gonna do something to say, like, something's gonna go wrong and then River's gonna save the job or save Jane, maybe?
15 seconds!
Oh dear. Oh fuck. Oh dear. Grief.
God, I shot my damn leg!
Are they still on the train? Are they gonna be okay?
Okay, clearly the River thing didn't happen. I was completely wrong.
Medicine, sir.
I've been waiting. All of it?
Oh shit, was it medicine for these people here?
Oh, ram it, let's get us moving.
Let him read a magazine. We don't make the sale until Mal and Zoe are back on the boat.
All right, but what about the authorities? We're sitting here with stolen Alliance goods. Won't they be looking for us?
I figured we're good for them.
Stop. They'll never stop. Just keep coming until they get back what you took. 2 by 2. So blue. 2 by 2. Hands. Blue.
How's about you shut that crazy mouth? Is that a fun game? Now, I'm in charge here, and I'm telling you how it works. We don't get the goods to Niska on time, he'll make meat pies out of a lot of us.
He made a deal with the captain. If Niska finds out he's being held and may speak as to who hired him, I think we're better off being a little late.
Nothing points to us yet, sir.
That ain't what I'm talking about.
Okay, that was medical supplies for them.
Whatever happens, remember, I love you.
Sir?
Because you're my wife.
Right. Sir. Honey.
Did someone on the train get killed?
No. Fare is paid for by a third party?
My uncle. It was a wedding gift.
There's medicine. Live like a person. They get it regular. But our shipment got stole right off the train you was riding in. You mind telling me when it was you last spoke to Joey Bloggs?
Never did myself.
Right. Your uncle. It was indicated to you that Joey had an open.
Any job would do.
It's funny, your uncle never went to mentioning the Bowden's problem. Or that Joey Bloggs ate his own gun about 8 months back.
Did he?
Oh dear.
So, would his job be open?
We waited long enough. Let's get this bird in the air.
No running way.
You really should sit down.
Can't just leave the captain and Zoe here.
They ain't coming. We can't walk in there and get them, so they're done.
Listen to me.
You know what the chain of command is? It's a chain I go get and beat you with till you understand who's in rotten command here. And we're finishing this deal. And then maybe we'll come.
Maybe. He just wants to be in command, doesn't he?
Bendy.
Oh, what?
Got the light from the console to lift you up. Oh, they shine like little angels.
I told him to sit down.
You doped him.
It was supposed to kick in a good deal sooner. I just didn't feel comfortable with him in charge. I hope that's all right.
So, how do we get the others?
We can't just waltz in and pull him out.
Someone respectable enough might be able to.
Shit.
Sheriff, I want this man bound by law at once. That's assuming he hasn't been already.
No one's been bound, not yet.
Did you honestly think you could access my accounts and I wouldn't find you? And Zoe, what would your husband say if he knew you were here?
I was weak.
So I take it they ain't newlyweds.
Hardly. Malcolm's my indentured man, with 3 years left in his debt. Should I contact my ship? Do you need to hold them very much longer?
It looks to me like we're about done here. We had some unrelated trouble. His story had kind of an odor to it.
It's not the only thing about him that does. Thank you very much, Sheriff. Come along.
Oh, that was very good. I thought they were talking about the shepherd was going to go and get him out.
Kept the engine running. We're good to go.
We're not going.
Not what? Not why?
We're bringing the cargo back.
What are you talking about? What about Niska? Won't this put him in more or less a killing mood?
These others need this more. As far as Niska goes, we'll just have to explain to him the job went south when we return the money.
You want to explain, now's your chance.
Oh, fuck.
You are thinking of taking Mr. Niska's money and his property, maybe.
Interestingly, neither. Deal's off. We can't take this job, so you just relax. We'll get you all the money Niska gave us up front. You return it to him, and we'll call it even.
And there is no even.
Is that right?
Okay, that was... Oh, hello. Oops. Oh, God.
Nice shot.
I was aiming for his head.
We'll have to drag him from here. Notify the sheriff once we're in deep, deep space.
Why not tell him in person?
Oh, shit.
Didn't expect to find you coming back.
Didn't expect to be coming.
Nothing missing.
You were truthful back in town. These are tough times. A man can get a job. He might not look too close at what that job is, but a man learns all the details of a situation like ours. Then he has a choice.
I don't believe he does.
Get these crates back to town.
Got goosebumps.
Now, this is all the money Niska gave us in advance. You bring it back to him, tell him the job didn't work out. You explain that's best for everyone, okay?
Keep the money. Use it to buy a funeral. I will hunt you down. And the last thing you see will be my blade.
Darn. Now, this is all the money Niska gave us in advance.
I'm good. I'm right there with you.
Oh, that was very good.
Should have let me do this sooner.
I have had plenty worse. It's just ow!
Sorry.
Just be careful. Pretty fast thinking. To open up Jane. Can't say you made a lifetime friend.
I'll deal with him.
How's your sister?
The same. In one moment she seems perfectly cogent, the next she speaks nonsense.
Why you? And
We're looking for a girl. This girl.
Shit. I'm really surprised how much I enjoyed that episode. Like, I think I'm getting why Firefly has such a cult following, and I can't pinpoint what it is. Like, it doesn't feel like there's anything, like, particularly original about it. The story is kind of... I don't want to say predictable, because there was plenty of stuff that happened that I wasn't expecting, but it's got something about it, which I can see already from this just, you know, the second episode. The humour's really good. There's definitely certain points which feel a little bit dated. Not so much in this episode, but in the last episode there were a few scenes where it was just quite cringy because, yeah, you'll probably know the ones I was talking about. But, you know, nothing horrendous, just a little bit... But the humour is, like, spot on. And I don't know if it's just the way Nathan Fillion, like, delivers it, or if it's just very well written. But humour can be quite difficult to inject into shows like this, I think. And it really works. But, like, the surprising elements of it as well, like, Jane is obviously very complex, or maybe he's not, but it seems like he's quite complex. Because I really want to not like the guy, and I think that's the intention. He's supposed to be this asshole, basically. He's very gruff, he's rude to the Doctor, he's rude to River, he's, you know, we've seen him be rude to Mal, like in the last episode. Like, the way he speaks to him is just really quite aggressive. And I don't know if that's because he's got something on Mal, and that's why Mal puts up with it, or whether it's just him and people know him well enough to know that that's not really him. Like, maybe he's a big softy underneath all that and it's just like a big front. But from, like, my perspective, he just seems like a giant dickhead. But then he does something and you're like, but are you though? Are you actually that person? So I'm still very undecided about Jane at this point. Because, like, he was obviously prepared to leave Mal and Zoe in this episode until the Doctor drugged him. But would he have? And it doesn't seem like there's any grudges held either. And I'm obviously it's only the second episode, and I don't know if that is kind of just brushed over and ignored, so maybe sloppy writing, or whether that's intentional and and maybe the writing's actually guiding us to come to that conclusion, and we're gonna find out more about Jane in the next however many episodes it is. I don't know. But yeah, so that's really interesting. Other surprising things, like with this episode, was obviously they managed to pull off the theft. I mean, I say they managed to pull it off, they obviously got caught, but it wasn't them that got caught. You know, it was discovered that the stuff was missing. And then you've got the twist that the stuff was medicine, which I wasn't expecting. And I certainly wasn't expecting Mal to be like, well, shit, we can't take this now because these people need it. I was not expecting that at all. So he's obviously quite a softie as well, despite, you know, sort of being quite gruff, I suppose. Not as far as Jane is, obviously, but, you know, he's definitely quite standoffish as well. Or at least that's how he came across in the last episode. In this episode, he's obviously sort of warming up a bit. But yeah, that did surprise me. And it did surprise me that he took it back. So that was good. But yeah, thinking about it, that's just made me think, actually, that I suppose we're seeing the crew from the Doctor's eyes. I can't remember what his name is, surprisingly. Simon is his name. So it's almost like we're seeing the crew through Simon's eyes, because he's obviously new to everybody, as we are, as viewers, or as I am as a viewer. So he's seeing, like, the gruff side of Jane, and Jane being a dick and wanting to leave the captain and everything behind, and he's seeing Mal being, I don't know what Mal's being, but he's being a bit standoffish with Simon, isn't he? Or he was. He's warmed up a little bit in this episode, but he's definitely got a front up. He's got, like, a thing going on there. And as Simon, it feels like as Simon's kind of getting to know the crew more, so am I, or so are we, the viewer. But yeah, that's just something that's just occurred to me, which may or may not make any sense at all, but there we go. I'm assuming we're going to find out more about River as well, because she's obviously, like Simon said, he doesn't know if they've managed to do what they were planning on doing with her. So presumably, like I said, we're going to find out more about that in the coming episodes. But yeah, really, really enjoyable. If you've enjoyed this reaction, don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel. And if you want to check out the full-length version, you can find the link to my Patreon in the description below. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next episode. Bye-bye.